Hello students, in this video you will find preparation of salt in the laboratory. I am going to tell you some method of preparation. Let us see first ferric chloride. Preparation of FeCl3 anhydrous ferric chloride in the laboratory. Method. Name the method used. Name the method used. Direct combination. Direct combination method. Direct combination method is used. Now, second point, you will take some powdered iron in a combustion tube. This is a combustion tube. In this combustion tube, powdered iron is taken here. And one end of this tube, this end is connected with wolf bottle. This end is connected with wolf bottle, and this wolf bottle is containing concentrated sulfuric acid. This wolf bottle is containing concentrated sulfuric acid. For the purpose of drying chlorine. And here chlorine is prepared and first dried by passing through this. Chlorine is prepared and it is passed first by into the sulfuric acid for the purpose of drying, and this dry chlorine then come through this tube. Here chlorine coming over here is dry chlorine. This is dry chlorine and coming over here and into the combustion tube. Combustion tube is heated here with the help of a gas burner. With the help of a gas burner, it is heated here. And now this is for the gas supply. It is heated. Another end of the combustion tube is here connected with a receiver. This receiver is kept there in a freezing mixture for the purpose of cooling. This is freezing mixture. Freezing mixture for cooling purpose, and here FeCl3 when condensed, then it is collected here anhydrous FeCl3. Anhydrous FeCl3 is present here, and this is a receiver, and this is here closed with the help of a cork. And this receiver is also connected with a drying valve. This valve is containing anhydrous CaCl2 or fused CaCl2, and this is another exit tube for unreacted chlorine. Now this is concentrated sulfuric acid. Now let us see. This is a drying agent. This is a gas burner. This is combustion tube. Combustion tube, Pyrex tube. And this is powdered iron. Powdered iron. Now, point wise, first point, direct combination method. Second point, take a small amount of powdered iron in a combustion tube and pass chlorine gas first to expel out the air present in the apparatus. Third point, now start heating the combustion tube and also continue the passage of chlorine. Very important third point. Start heating when then passage of chlorine through the combustion tube also should be continued. Next point, iron react with chlorine now. When heated, then iron react with chlorine and this reaction is exothermic. It forms FeCl3 plus heat, exothermic reaction. And this heat produced is sufficient for the reaction going, to make the reaction continuous. This heat produced is sufficient. Because of exothermic reaction, this iron powder begins to glow. When it begins to glow, then it indicates that reaction started. As soon as reaction start, stop external heating and reaction will continue because of heat produced. Now here FeCl3 vapor and chlorine, unreacted chlorine, will pass into the receiver. Here, because of this pre-cooling of this receiver, FeCl3 will condense here into brown scale and present here. Now this unreacted chlorine passed into this drying bulb where calcium chloride is there, and then through that it goes out. And calcium chloride is a drying agent. It prevents this FeCl3 from moisture. It does not allow moisture to go inside the receiver. This is why anhydrous calcium chloride is also used. FeCl3 is highly deliquescent substance. It is stored in an airtight container. Now, but you cannot prepare FeCl3 directly by heating hydrated ferric chloride. Directly we cannot use, because wherever you are heating this, there is formation of, in place of FeCl3 you will get Fe2O3 plus H2O plus HCl. This is why direct heating the hydrated salt cannot be used. And that's all for this today. Again, next class I will tell you next method of preparation of salt. Thank you.